Development Corporation, ADC, from 2008 to 2012, where he gained valuable experience in public sector management and administration. In 2013, he joined elective politics and was elected as a member for National Assembly for Emrua Dikri constituency. He was subsequently re-elected in successive general elections, thus serving his third consecutive term in Parliament at the time of his demise. Now, Honorable Senators, during his first tenure in Parliament, the late Honorable Ngeno served in various committees in the National Assembly, including the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs and the Public Investment Committee. In the 12th Parliament, he further served in the Committee of Powers and Privileges, the National Government Constituencies Development Fund Committee, and again in the Departmental Committee of Justice and Legal Affairs. At the time of his passing, the late Honorable Ngeno was serving as the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Housing, Urban Planning and Public Works, and as a member of the Liaison Committee. He discharged responsibilities with diligence, distinction, and unwavering commitment. One of his major hallmarks in the 13th Parliament was the publication of the Quantity Surveyors Bill 2026, which seeks to provide a legal framework for the training and registration of quantity surveyors and other specified professionals, and to regulate the practice of quantity surveying in Kenya. Now, Honorable Senators, beyond his work within Parliament, the late Honorable Ngeno was committed to improving the lives of the people of Emrua Dikri, particularly in the areas of education, community welfare, and peaceful coexistence. He championed access to education by facilitating the provision of school buses to several institutions and ensuring the timely disbursement of NGCDA bursaries to needy students. The late Honorable Ngeno was also actively involved in promoting peace and social cohesion, often mediating inter-community conflicts and supporting vulnerable families facing hardship in his constituency. He truly appreciated African culture and passionately promoted cultural activities, local talent, and welfare of local artists. He was the founder and patron of the Kalenjin Music Festival, an annual event that has grown into a significant platform for cultural expression. Indeed, it is particularly poignant that the tragic helicopter crash that claimed his life occurred as he was returning from Endebase, where he had graced the 35th anniversary celebration of the music of local artist Kim Kim. In recognition of his astute leadership, contribution to national building, and his role in marshalling legislative business, the late Honorable Ngeno was conferred the honor of Chief of Order of the Burning Spear, CBS, by His Excellency the President in December 2023. Now, Honorable Senators, the passing of Honorable Johana Ngeno is a profound loss to the parliamentary fraternity and to the nation at large. We have lost an astute, courageous, and principled legislator who served his constituents and the Republic with dedication and integrity. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends, and the people of Emrua Dikri during this difficult period of mourning. In consultation with the leadership of Parliament, an ad hoc parliamentary funeral planning committee comprising 15 members has been established to coordinate arrangements for a befitting send-off for the late Ngeno and other victims of the tragic crash. The committee includes the following senators. 1, Senator Wafula Waholi, CBS MP, Senator Hilary Sigei, CBS MP, and Senator Eddie Okech, MP. A condolence book has also been opened at the Senate reception, main Parliament buildings, to afford honorable senators, members of the National Assembly, and parliamentary staff an opportunity to convey their messages of condolences to the family and to our departed colleague. On behalf of the Senate and my own behalf, I extend heartfelt condolences to the family of the late Honorable Johana Kipyegon Ngeno, CBS MP, to the residents of Emrua Dikri constituency, and to the families of all those who lost their lives in the tragic accident. Finally, honorable senators, in honor of our departed colleague, the late Honorable Johana Ngeno, and to those who perished alongside him, I request that we all stand and observe a moment of silence. Thank you. You may take your seats. May the soul of the late Johana Kipyegon Ngeno, CBS MP, and those who perished alongside him rest in eternal peace. Thank you. Next order. I will allow honorable members to pass their condolences. If you get an opportunity to speak, kindly keep it under 3 minutes. Kindly. The Honorable Manzo Daniel Kitanga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I had an opportunity to serve at the National Assembly with our late brother since 2013. In the election campaign of 2017, I was part of a team which went to campaign for him in MRDQ. And I want to say that he really promoted culture and encouraged young people, encouraged talent, his people really loved him and overwhelmingly elected him. Mr. Speaker, one of the things we remember about him is recently when there were chaos in a piece of land in his constituency, and he went there and confronted police and asked them why they were killing his people. And that's one of the matters he really fought for, the land belonging to his people. And Mr. Speaker, we really want to pray that God rest his soul in eternal peace. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Charankei, Senator Fernandi.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for this opportunity. From the onset, I want to pass my deepest condolences to the family of Honorable Johana Ngeno Ngong and his compatriots who passed on through tragic air crash in my county in a place called Chepkiep, Sangalo Kebulonik Ward, Masab constituency in Nandi County. Mr. Speaker, I arrived there at 6:45 p.m., maybe an hour or so after the crash. I can tell you, Mr. Speaker, the scene was very horrendous. The parts of the helicopter had been thrown around, the engine had been burned, the bodies were badly injured, Mr. Speaker, the 6 of them. Mr. Speaker, we had to wait. I stayed there up to 10 p.m. when we evicted the bodies to Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, Mr. Speaker. I have not slept for the last 2 days, Mr. Speaker, recalling the horrendous sight of what happened in Chepkiep in Nandi North Forest, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, our colleagues really suffered because immediately after making emergency landing, the moment they lifted, within a minute, it crashed. And when it crashed, Mr. Speaker, it uprooted 2 big trees, indigenous, up to the roots level, Mr. Speaker. So the pain that our brother and his compatriots went through is not imaginable, Mr. Speaker. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, I want to apologize to many colleagues, including your office, who called me to find out where I was at that time in moment, because, Mr. Speaker, I could not pick anybody's phone call because we were not sure. I didn't want to receive any phone call because the family had not been notified. The police were yet to arrive, the serious crime unit, which they arrived around 8:39, Mr. Speaker. So I did not have the energy to receive anybody's phone call, including your office, because many people were worried that I was in that chopper. Mr. Speaker, fortunately or unfortunately, I was in that region of Masab where the accident happened, and the mist, you could not see anything. The mist was too much. There is a lot of rain, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I think Mheshimiwa Ngeno and his 5 compatriots really suffered, and we hope God will give them favor, the grace, Mr. Speaker. I want to appeal to thank young lady called Yukabet Chepto, a trainee nurse from Kendu Bay Adventist, with her mother, who went and tried to look for gloves. And they wanted to assist, Mr. Speaker, one victim who survived for 30 minutes. But because of our poor response in terms of emergency in this country, we could not save 2 young men who were still living by the time the crash site. Mr. Speaker, allow me, with your indulgence, to thank the great people of Chepkiep in Masab sub-county who came in numbers. They didn't fear the fire. They used soil, sand soil, the loam soil to put off. They used trees and twigs until the fire could be put off. If it was not the intervention of the public of Chepkiep, Mr. Speaker, the bodies would have been burned beyond recognition. I think the only honor we can give to Yukapet Chepto and her mother is a state recognition by the government, and I have undertaken myself to support her. I have cleared her school fee spending and also paying for the nursing qualifying exam in 2026, Mr. Speaker, from May. And I hope, with the indulgence of the House, we'll be able to give her a placement. And
One minute and you wind up.
thank you, Mr. Speaker. So that, Mr. Speaker, so that we recognize those heroes. They are uncalled, unsung heroes, Mr. Speaker. Finally, is to appeal to our people in aviation sector, especially the pilots, because the rains are many, the mist is all over, Mr. Speaker, and I think in future, as colleagues, whenever you board a chopper and you see the weather is not very good, kindly don't insist on flying against the bad weather, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, my deepest condolences to us. Ngeno was more than a friend. He was a colleague. He was our leader in the Kalenjin nation, Mr. Speaker. We have worked together, and we hope the people of Morodigir and the spouse and the family will find solace in God Almighty. Mr. Speaker, I thank you, and I yield back.
Senator Mazaya.
Asante mstahiki Spika. Mstahiki Spika, kwanza nataka kutoa rambirambi zangu na jamii yote ya Kilifi kwa familia, marafiki na ndugu wa ndugu yetu Ngeno. Kama tulivyosikia taarifa ni kwamba Ngeno alikuwa mwakilishi bunge wa Emurua Dikir. Bwana Mheshimiwa Spika, ni kwamba sisi tunaombea, cha kwanza, Mwenyezi Mungu aweke roho ya marehemu mahali pema walipolala wema. Lakini cha muhimu ni kumkumbuka ya kwamba alikuwa yeye mwenyewe ni mtu anapenda amani sana, na mara nyingi amejihusisha na maeneo yale ambayo akiwa yako na shida anakwenda kule na anaongea nao, anafanya amani. Kwa hiyo mtu kama huyo ni mtu ambaye sisi kama binadamu ambao tumebaki nyuma tuweze kuzidi kumwombea Mwenyezi Mungu aweke roho yake mahali pema. Vile vile kwa familia, marafiki, najua saizi wako na sumazi. Wingu limetanda na sumazi iko nyingi sana ndani ya nyumba. Tunawaombea wale bibi na ndugu na marafiki wote, Mwenyezi Mungu awapatie nguvu ili kuweza kupita mtihani huu mgumu, na Mwenyezi Mungu aweke roho ya marehemu Ngeno mahali walipolala wema. Asante.
The Senate Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I join you on behalf of my colleagues to pass sincere most condolences to the people of Emurua Dikir for losing their leader and a few gallant sons who are with him on the fateful day, as well as the other Kenyans actually who perished on this unfortunate incident. The people of, specifically to Mheshimiwa Ngeno, the people of Emurua Dikir, Mr. Speaker, have lost their Nelson Mandela. This is a man who toiled and fought long and hard until this constituency was eventually carved out of the greater Kilgoris. In fact, those who understand the history of this place fairly well know that Mheshimiwa Ngeno actually won the parliamentary seat back in 2007. But out of the magnanimity of him and those that supported him, and in the interest of cohesion in that particular region, he actually never saw the doors of parliament until 2013. Mr. Speaker, that is great sacrifice by a man who gave out his best to his constituents. It is unfortunate in the way that he has departed. This is a man I knew fairly well, Mr. Speaker. We have been together in this political journey. He has campaigned against me. I have campaigned against him. He has campaigned for me. I have campaigned for him. We have agreed, we have disagreed on certain things, but above it all, Mr. Speaker, is that you cannot fault him in his desire to pursue that which he believed in and that which he believed was right for his own people. And that you can never take away from Mheshimiwa Ngeno. It's unfortunate, Mr. Speaker, that at the prime of his leadership, just when he was beginning to flex his political muscle to move to even greater heights, unfortunately, due to this accident, Mr. Speaker, we have lost him. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge, Mr. Speaker, that given the frequency with which we have seen air accidents in this country, that perhaps it is time as Parliament that we seek to understand the authorities and the agencies that check the quality of the crafts that people use in this country and, Mr. Speaker, the kind of maintenance regime that is maintained. Because I believe in the last maybe few years, there have been such accidents where many Kenyans have lost their lives. Unfortunately, on many occasions, we never get the final report of actually what happened. Is it something that we need to change? It is about time, Mr. Speaker, that we take a keen interest in that particular space so that we don't lose any other Kenyan to accidents that will easily have been avoided. I knew, Mr. Speaker, the other Kenyans, quite a number of them, actually.
Majority Leader, 1 minute to wind up your thoughts.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to pass my condolence to the 4 out of other 6 Kenyans that were in that chopper that I knew personally. Nick, the photographer, is somebody that was known to me. I used to meet him here on the corridors of Parliament. There's a young man called Carlos who, for many years, never agreed with Mheshimiwa Ngeno. And they had a handshake, for lack of a better word, just barely a month or 2 ago. And unfortunately, they have perished together, Mr. Speaker, as well as a Captain Were. Captain Were is a person I know so well. I've flown with him before, including just the other Sunday, Mr. Speaker. And it's sad that all these people have perished in this manner. Condolence to their family, to their beloved ones, and to the people that work with them. May God rest their soul in eternal peace. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wambua.
So I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for also granting me this opportunity to join you and my colleagues in sending a message of condolence to the family and friends of the departed colleague, Honorable Johana Ngeno Kipiegon. Mr. Speaker, a lot of things have been said about our former colleague. But let me say this, Mr. Speaker, that from where I sit, Johana Kipiegon is the true embodiment and personification of representation. He's a man who represented his people without fear. All of us, Mr. Speaker, if we don't remember a lot of things, we remember the incident last year when the late Johana confronted police officers in active engagement. Officers firing at residents, and he confronted them and demanded that they stop killing his people. The Speaker, that is a true personification of representation. The Speaker, I want to say 2 things. One, these air accidents, especially involving helicopters, Mr. Speaker, are becoming too much, far too common. Mr. Speaker, we have lost quite a number of senior leaders in this country through helicopter crashes. You remember we lost the former Vice President, George Saitoti. Not very long ago, we lost the KDF boss through another helicopter crash. And Mr. Speaker, as the Senator Fokericho has put it, we never quite get to find exactly what happened. You never get to get the final report as to exactly what caused these accidents. Mr. Speaker, can we just insist as an House that we get to know what the problem is, what is happening and what is not happening Is this something to do with the maintenance of the aircrafts? Is it something to do with the training and refresher courses for the pilots? Or is it just leaders insisting on things being done their way? So, Mr. Speaker, we don't also have a situation where every now and then we have to confront these things about losing people and leaders through helicopter crashes. Mr. Speaker, I want to say on behalf of myself, my family, and on behalf of the people of Kitui County, we condole with the family of Mheshimiwa Johana. I thank you.
Senator Kathuri.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to take this opportunity to pass my condolence message to the family of the late Honorable Johana Ngenongong, and also the 5 other friends that were in the ill-fated aircraft. Mr. Speaker, I served with the Honorable Johana for 10 years in the National Assembly from 2013 to 2022. And Mr. Speaker, I want to recognize this gentleman because he really stood his ground. I remember when we were in the National Assembly, the Honorable Nduale was the majority leader. You know, sometimes they could disagree on many issues since he really supported and believed in what he really meant. So, Mr. Speaker, Emurua Dikir residents have lost Angaranti Sonja, who really protected his community, protected his constituents, worked for them tirelessly, regardless of the people who passed by his side, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to, as my colleagues have said, the Republic of Kenya is actually one of the countries that does really fly or use aircraft. I've been to other countries, but the frequency of the freights or the aircraft that fly leaders in this country is on another level. So, Mr. Speaker, as my colleague also have seen, it is high time that we get a policy, especially when the weather is not friendly. There must be a policy that no aircraft should leave any place where they want to lift, Mr. Speaker, so that we can be able to avoid these accidents all the time. Mr. Speaker, you know, losing a member of parliament who has served his constituents for 15 years. And of course, he can go ahead and ahead. We have lost a soldier who has really been mentored by many people, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, as I eulogize this gentleman, I want to say that also the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority should come up with a policy on the way we handle our aviation industry, Mr. Speaker. Because the way it is now, I don't think we are on the right track, Mr. Speaker. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Oledama.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand here to mourn a colleague, a leader who I believe that some of us were cut from the same cloth, a man whose courage and dedication, his agility and dedication to the service of the people of Narok County, not only the Emurua Dikir, is highly commendable. Mr. Speaker, I remember the Honorable Ngeno, just about 2 weeks ago, when I went to help bury the mother of one of our colleagues, Senator Mandago. And on that particular day, I flew here. I'm sure the Speaker was on that burial as well. And I asked him to travel with me. And we traveled back together in a helicopter. And we spoke about Narok County. When you listen to Johana Ngeno then, all he was talking about, how do we unite these Kipsigis and the Maasai people of Narok to be one, to be able to speak one, to fight for development. Mr. Speaker, I am sad because we had many plans on how we can sit together and bring this community, visit together. In fact, on that same day, Mr. Speaker, we are talking about his latest passion with artists, Kenyan artists. And he was telling me that it's about time now we also elevate the Maasai artist And we discussed one young girl whom he was really promoting to be able to give them publicity so that they can be able to make a living out of what they are doing. It saddens me. And I truly hope that the people of Kenya, and I know there's one quote that is very common with Ngeno, and he always says that if it doesn't happen the way you want it, it will happen in a better way than you imagined. That is the beauty of God's plan. This is all God's plan. We're here today, tomorrow we are gone. We will miss him, but for the people of Emurua Dikir, I want to assure you that you are not orphans. We will stand together. We will go through this hard time. To the family of the pilot Were, and also the young men from Narok, who also perished in that tragic helicopter crash. We pray for you. We pray for your families. And we'll always stand together to ensure that at least your families are not left wallowing in poverty. To the young widow, a young Maasai girl, Yona Ntutu, we will support you. Mr. Speaker, just 20 seconds.
1 minute to wind your condolences.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the young girl, this is a very young girl with 2 beautiful kids. In fact, when we were there yesterday with the president, the kids were just happy. They didn't really understand what was going on. Everyone was there. You know, life is so fickle. Today you are here, tomorrow you're gone. I hope that we as leaders can remember that. Because sometimes we just, with our chest, we line our pockets, we collect billions and billions of shillings, and we forget the people who have put us where they are. Ngeno fought for the people of Emurua Dikir. You know, I was just watching a lot of YouTube episodes, and there's one he was saying, Shika Ledama, Shika Ledama. And what we were doing is that both of us were fighting for the rights of our people. We were fighting to save Mao Forest. But ultimately, we came together and we fought, we united, and a lot of development is going to Narok County because of understanding that these tribes, you know, don't mean a thing. They just unite us. So, Mr. Speaker, I mourn the late Honorable Ngano, and I want to welcome all of you to Narok this Friday so that we can give him a befitting send-off. May God rest his soul in eternity.
Senator Veronica.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On my own behalf, on behalf of my family, and also the people of the Great Murang'a County, I want to offer my deepest condolences to the widow of Honorable Johana Ngeno, together with her children, her family, their family, the Ngeno family, the Ntutu family, and the great people of Emurua Dikir and the people of Narok County. Honorable Speaker, it's difficult to talk about Honorable Johana Ngeno because he's one leader who embodied boldness, courage, and fearless leadership. He made his opinions known, he made his views known, but in a respectable way, though he may have been confused as over defending or over fighting. I remember as a member of UDA, when we had the nominations, Honorable Speaker, for Narok County, there were lots of conflicts within the Narok County, but he emerged as a leader, and anyone who rallied behind him won their seats, Honorable Speaker. I would describe him as an indefatigable defender of the vulnerable people, and I remember how he fought for the members from his community and members of public who were evicted from Mao Forest. He definitely carried the hopes, aspiration, and the pride of people of Emurua Dikir and Narok at large. And in a big sense, we could say he actually did shape the current leadership of the Narok County. We are deeply saddened by the loss, and it is sad to see the kind of accidents we are having on air, Your Honorable Speaker, because if we look like it has been analyzed, there have been one too many. And I hope, Honorable Speaker, as we discuss the motion I've brought to the House on road accidents, we will consider also taking this air accident as a subject of heavy discussion so that interventions can be made. We are praying for Mrs. Nayanoin Tutu, together with her children and the entire family. Rest in peace, our dear colleague, our brother. You had a warm, loving heart, and I pray that the legacy that he left will be emulated by other leaders and by his family and the people of Kenya. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Osotsi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me also join my colleagues to also pass a message of condolences to the family, friends, and relatives of my good friend Johana Ngeno. I served in the National Assembly with Johana Ngeno, and he was a very lovely person. And we used to joke, we used to tease him, being one of the senior bachelors in the House. But Mr. Speaker, later on, he married in a very colorful wedding, which most of us attended. And since then, he has been my friend. And there is one important thing I learned from him, that Ngeno spoke his mind, regardless of which political divide he was in. Whether he's in government side or opposition side, he was fearless. He could speak his mind, and he could protect his people on any issue, even if his bosses have an alternative idea. So we have lost a great leader from the Rift Valley, and I hope God rests his soul in eternal peace.
Senator Sek.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also take this opportunity to condole to the people of Narok, Emurua Dikir, sub-county, Honorable Speaker, for the demise of brother Johana Ngeno, a person whom I found to be a friend to me. He has been a friend to me since 2013, when we managed to be an MP for Emurua Dikir in 2013. Up to now, Honorable Ngeno has been a courageous person, a person who speaks his mind, a person who fights for his people, a person whom is a very fearless person, a person who can speak his mind regardless of the situation. Honorable Speaker, this is an issue which has just occurred in this country, which we are all of us praying that it should be a natural occasion or even a natural calamity that has come to this country. But we want to say that Honorable Ngeno was a very courageous person, a person who talks to almost everybody, a person who has empowered his people, and a person whom speaks to his mind in every situation that he is at that moment because of his people. Honorable Speaker, it happens that this issue of death has been a big issue to this country. It is something that we need to, for us to come as leaders to see how we can prevent some deaths, because we are talking about our legislature today, and most of our people, most of our citizens in this republic have been killed in most of the occasions. So we need really to sit down as a house and discuss on how much of the problems can be prevented, particularly on the issues that is being brought by the killings of police to the members of the public. Otherwise, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, and we say pole to the family and to the entire family and the county in large.
Senator Edie.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity as well. I join my colleagues to mourn our colleague, Mheshimiwa Ngeno. Mr. Speaker, you know, when a great leader falls, sometimes we can reflect on accomplishments, but sometimes, for me, it is important that the aspiration that the leader had, the hopes that he had, and the legacy that he leaves behind is more powerful than anything else, Mr. Speaker. I think if there is anything that Johana Ngeno has reminded us today, is that sometimes we can be obsessed by the idea of power and positions, and sometimes we can be obsessed by the idea of personal merit. But actually, it is also important that we leave a mark in other people's hearts by the service that we leave behind. And therefore, may his towering speech live in eternal life in us, because, Mr. Speaker, this is a man who, as my colleagues have said, fought for his people and died in the course of duty for his people. Because where he was in the course of service, Mr. Speaker. I come from Migori County, where I've seen the conflict between Maasai, Kipsigis, and the Kuria community. Time without number, leave families without homes, leave families without hope, and sometimes leave families without even limbs. People fight and die, and lives are lost there. And I saw how Mheshimiwa Ngeno fought for his people, the same way we are trying to fight for our people in Kuria, Mr. Speaker. And I want just to say sorry to his family, sorry to the people of Emurua Dikir. We stand with him at this tempting time, and we share in the pain and loss. And in the same manner, Mr. Speaker, I must say that we also share in the pain and loss of the family of one Captain George Were. Mr. Speaker, Captain George Were is somebody who I think embodied at the highest level of professionalism, Mr. Speaker. I got the chance to actually fly with him a number of times when we were doing the Azimio campaigns. And Mr. Speaker, this was one man who was always prompt and never took this kind of risk, Mr. Speaker. It's unfortunate that this was the year that he was going to retire, and he had to go in this manner. We pray for his family, and we also pray for the people of Nyakach who have lost a serious professional in the aviation industry. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, I cannot forget to say sorry to the family of the 4 young people whose dreams were cut short in this tragedy, Mr. Speaker. If you look at the profile of these young people, Mr. Speaker, some of them, like Keter, was just getting to start his work as a teacher, Mr. Speaker. I want to say sorry to their families, Mr. Speaker, because when such young lives are lost, dreams are buried with them. And even the dreams of their families, their parents.
Senator Eddy, 1 minute to wind up your condolences.
Just to summarize that, Mr. Speaker, as a House and as a Senate, we want to say that we take the loss of their lives as young people and their parents just as serious as the loss of Mheshimiwa Ngeno and the captain. We want to say sorry to their families, and I hope that as a House, we can also find ways in which we can also offer support, both morally and materially, to the families of those young lives that were lost in this tragedy, because they also matter. Because without them, they are the unsung heroes that sometimes are not seen behind leaders who exemplify excellence in our communities. They're the people who make these leaders work, they make us feature, and therefore I pray and hope that the nation will stand with their families just as much. Poleni sana, and may God bless them all.
Now, honorable senators, I will interrupt that order. We'll come back to it. So for those who are still willing to pass the condolences, you'll have a moment to do so. But allow me to rearrange today's order paper, pursuant to Standing Order 45-2, and proceed to order number 8 all the way to 14. Once we are done with those orders, we will resume the order that is before us now, where honorable senators will have an opportunity to pass your condolences. Clerk, kindly proceed to call those orders.
Order number 8, Committee of the Whole. The Cancer Prevention and Control Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 45 of 2022, Division. Order number 9, Committee of the Whole. the Metrology Bill, Senate Bills number 45 of 2023, division. Order number 10, Committee of the Whole, the Election Offences Amendment number 2 Bill, Senate Bills number 28 of 2024, division. Order number 11, Committee of the Whole, the Public Finance Management Amendment number 4 Bill, National Assembly Bills number 45 of 2024, division. Order number 12, Committee of the Whole, the Labor Migration and Management number 2 Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2024, division. Order number 13, Committee of the Whole, the Tobacco Control Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 35 of 2025, division. Order number 14, Committee of the Whole, the County Government's Election Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 2 of 2024, division.
Senator Rise.
Honorable Senators, we are now in the Committee of the Whole, and we are about to go into division. Sergeant at Arms, please ring the bell for 5 minutes.
Well, the division bell is currently on. The members of the Senate have started considering or are about to start considering the bills that are at the committee of the whole house stage. There are about 7